Hey guys, Tango Bravo here, and let's talk about Battlefield. What's up YouTube? First things first, I wasn't able to get any Battlefield 1 footage for the PC because my free trial ran out and I only own it on console, which I still do not have a way to record those videos. However, I still have some Battlefield 4 Dragon Valley gameplay for you guys today. And before we begin, I want to put out a challenge to my viewers. Let's try and get this video to 10 likes. That's it, just 10 likes. That's the most this channel's ever gotten, and I'm very certain you guys can do it today. So just 10 likes, guys. Leave a comment letting me know that you support the content. And without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Today we're talking about Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, pretty much Battlefield in general. As we all know, Battlefield 1's been out for a little bit over a month and a half now. And to be honest with you, I haven't really put that much into it. I think I'm at level 12, 15 on the Xbox One, and it's a fun game, but it just doesn't seem like it would be everyone's piece of cake, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I would compare it to Star Wars Battlefront a little bit. Like, it seemed great when it came out, but also there really wasn't too much to do in the game. Like, you get into Battlefield 1, you look around at your weapon classes, and basically there's two independent guns in each class, 2 or 3, and then everything else is either an experimental version, a trench version, which gives very little, Jesus, I can't think today. What's the word? Very little variety to the classes. It doesn't really change much. And honestly, I play the medic class in almost every single Battlefield. Like you can see in the gameplay that's up right now, I'm a medic. Still very low level on the PC. I got this with my Origin access. But in Battlefield, it seems like the medics really, in Battlefield 1 at least, it seems like the medics really don't have a place in the game. Everyone's skipping revives. I can't tell you how many times I've run out in just one match alone and got murdered trying to revive someone who skipped revive the second I plunged the needle into him. Honestly, I feel like Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 did that better, where you just sit there and you get taken to the respawn screen after a certain amount of time. I mean, they may have fixed it. Honestly, I haven't played much since the new Call of Duty came out, and ever since I started making YouTube videos, I haven't really touched my console except for one game of Call of Duty today. Another thing I can't say that I really like about it is how close the engagement ranges are for anything outside the sniper class. I mean, the submachine guns, you definitely can't kill anything over 50 meters in a quick and appropriate way. The assault rifle classes at full auto are about as accurate as a potato gun from 500 meters away. Really, your only option if you want to engage past 300 meters is the sniper rifle. But one thing I do feel they did right was the tanks. I absolutely love hopping into a heavy tank and just going around on game of Rush. Not so much Conquest, because just enemies are all over the place. But I do kind of feel like they're overpowered, seeing as how the only ranged weapon you have against a tank outside of planes and other tanks are the AT gun that the assault class gets. Which again, I don't really use that class anyways, because I feel like the submachine guns are so underpowered in that game, the assault class really doesn't have a place. I mean, I get it in the trenches. Submachine gun would be awesome, especially on the operations map, Ballroom Blitz. Really amazing in the first half of the first level of that operation. But after that, you get to the Argonne Forest, and yeah, I've been raped a few times by the submachine gun, but most of the time, outside of 25-50 meters, I'm always going to win out with my semi-automatic rifle that the medic class gets. With that said, for the weapons being the way they are, I kind of feel like Battlefield 1 did a bit better this time around with bullet trajectories and accuracy and all that stuff. The game really does feel like you're more into combat. It feels more gritty than Battlefield 4 did. But one thing I did notice that isn't in Battlefield 1 that was in Battlefield 4, and what actually made Battlefield 4 famous, I remember EA and DICE went really big on their ad campaign about Levolution. Map changing events like Partial Storm, you have a ship crashing into the shoreline and it completely changes that area of the map, or the map that was in the beta, Siege of Shanghai, the tower falling down in the middle, just creating this whole open area that goes out into the bay, clouding up the skies, giving helicopters a really hard time to get around. You don't get that in Battlefield 1, and I get that they probably took that out to fit in room for the behemoths, which are really nice. However, Battlefield 1 just isn't really, to me, it's not Battlefield without those game-changing events that go on. And it also seems pretty weird that the losing team only gets the behemoth. Like, I get it's to help them catch up, but I've played games where we were maybe 50 points behind and we could have really used some kind of help to just push us back over the edge, but the behemoth doesn't spawn unless you're 100 points behind in a game of Conquest. So we end up losing the game without ever getting the behemoth, and that's happened quite a few times. Where the Levolution of Battlefield 4, it kind of, you can do that at any point in the game, and it doesn't really matter who does it, and it's just to change the map. Say Lansing Dam, you're getting overrun over at Charlie from Delta. I think that's where those go. The construction zone and the office, and they're just coming over at you. A few jets can take out that dam and completely just wipe out the center of that map and give you some time, some breathing room for the next assault. Whereas the behemoth may do the same thing, like for instance on the map Ammons, when the behemoth comes out, you just stay away from Charlie and Delta for a little bit, or just go run up to the artillery gun and the anti-tank gun, and just knock out the behemoth from the front, make sure it can't move, and then you're pretty much free game to go wherever you want on the map. It doesn't really change anything, except for maybe the 45 seconds to 2 minutes that it stays up without getting destroyed. With that said, I want to go back to Operations for a second. I kind of feel like Operations by itself is a great new addition to Battlefield. However, it takes a really long time to play. You've got to sit through 2 to I think 5 maps at its longest. However, the story that it tells, it kind of gives information about the war. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but it's still a really good game mode to me. I really thoroughly enjoy that. It's kind of like they put Conquest and Rush together, except you're not trying to blow up MCOMs, or in this one I think it's telegraphs. Which, by the way, Rush, the telegraphs launching those artillery at the enemy, that's also really cool. But I really like in Operations how you get 3 tries to try and take over a map, and you get the losing team, or the attacking team, it gets the behemoth every time it loses. And to me, that's just, it's kind of cool. It kind of gives you a more insight on how war is actually fought. It's not just, okay, one attack and we're done. Obviously, if you want to try and take an objective, you're going to send 2, 3, 4 waves, and if it's really necessary to have that place, you're going to send as many as you can until it's taken, or until you just can't fight anymore, and you have to change your objectives elsewhere, which I really like that. But stepping away from the multiplayer and into the campaign, I honestly feel like this is one of the best campaigns besides Battlefield 2 and maybe Bad Company 1 and 2 that Battlefield's done in a very long time. I really like the fact that you get to step into the shoes of multiple soldiers and live out different parts of the front, different parts of the war. My favorite campaign, I'm not sure to call them level or story, I'm gonna go with story. My favorite story so far is whenever you're the fighter pilot. I kind of feel like that's just something that they haven't done in Battlefield yet. Like, I know they were pilot missions, but like Battlefield 3, you spent 45 seconds watching a camera on an F-18, and that was about it. And then Battlefield 4, I don't think you spent any time in a jet at all. I know you spent some times in boats because it was primarily taking place on a Navy ship before and after your capture. But I kind of feel like Battlefield doesn't really pay attention to the aviation part. Like, if you want to go check out the reboot of Medal of Honor, you spend an entire campaign mission inside of an Apache attack helicopter, and that honestly was one of the funnest missions of that game whenever it came out. And I just feel like Battlefield doesn't really get into aviation that much. They have it in the multiplayer, they have some aspects of it in the single player, but having a full campaign story, I think it was 5 missions, where you can just sit behind the joystick of a plane and go and shoot, and that's absolutely awesome. And they have it really for like every single aspect of the multiplayer. You got your tanks, you got your armored people, you've got the Australian mission. That was pretty fun, but you pretty much get an aspect of different roles that were played inside of World War I. And it really captures what it's like to be at war. Not to mention you get to be a pigeon in one of the campaign missions. That was different, and I liked it. And it really kind of took me out of the whole battlefield, out of the whole you're a soldier at war. And I know other people have said that, but I just want to reaffirm that it really is something that's out of place in a first-person shooter, and it was actually kind of nice to just sit back on the couch and watch that happen. Well, that's it for me, guys. I don't want to make this video any much longer. Find me on Facebook at Having Fun with Tango Bravo. Like the page. I put up posts on when videos are coming out, usually what the next video is going to be about, and you get information on the channel ahead of when you would see it in your subscription box or whenever you would see it in your suggested videos. Also, find me on Steam at TBonPC. I think my Origin account is the same thing, even though I really don't have any multiplayer games outside of Battlefield 4 on there. Remember to share the video if you liked it, get some exposure to the channel, get it out there. We're still a fresh channel trying to get views and subscribers, get it to grow. And remember, 10 likes on the video, guys, that's all I'm asking for. Leave a comment, drop a comment in the comment box, letting me know how you liked it and what you want to hear me talk about next and what games you want to see me play. Alright guys, that's it from me. This has been Tango Bravo, and as always, I will see you all next time.